right, welcome everybody back to another edition of Bengals Nation. Big time win in overtime over the Vikings. To hear all about it, let's bring out our guys, Hilton and Nick Scott. Gentlemen, welcome back. We obviously got to talk about our guy DJ, unfortunately. Tough to go down, see his season end like that. Nick, thank you for coming in and filling the big guy's shoes.
Yeah, no problem. Big shoes to fill, but I'm going to do my best.
Literally big shoes to fill at that. You guys got a feel for DJ. What were your thoughts when you got the news of that?
Man, it sucks. To you lose one of your leaders like that, especially the way he's been playing. He's the anchor of our defense, and it's part of the game. Now everybody has to turn up their mentality even more, and try to play even better.
Yeah, he has such a great influence in our locker room and on that defense. I mean, you just felt the whole energy shift when he went down. And so from that point forward, all of us on the defense especially are playing for DJ and trying to honor him and just do everything we can to be like him on the field, just going 100%, being relentless and doing whatever to win.
That was such a big moment in that game, but that was like the first big moment of what happened with a roller coaster through the rest of it. So many. One of the most insane games I've ever seen, at least in my life personally. What was it like being on the field for all the ups and downs of that?
Oh man, it was an emotional roller coaster. But that's honestly the fun part of the game. You just never know how it's gonna go. Things could look up, and then all of a sudden they could look down. But it's about how you finish, and we dug deep and found a way to dig out a good win.
Yeah, I mean everybody on the offense and defense and special teams, they just stayed steady. I mean. ZT's message in the locker room was, I don't care what the score looks like let's just get it done. All that matters is a win, and that's all that matters from here on out.
Mike, you had a big play in that game, didn't you? Goal line interception. You guys remember the goal line interception? That was one of those big plays. How'd it feel to get another pick and take some points off the board for them?
I was big, man. To keep points off the board, those are momentum-changing plays. We were down 7-3 at that point, and I was able to keep points off the board and kind of kill their momentum, so it was a big play.
You guys got another huge game. Steelers in the Steel City. Playoff chances on the line. You've been on the line the last couple weeks. Take me through how big this game is for you guys.
I mean, it's huge. I mean, just the mentality of this team, every game is do or die. This is our Super Bowl every week. The people that line up across from us, we're trying to get them out the way. And that's been our viewpoint throughout this entire season. It hasn't always gone our way, but at the end of the day, we're in a position where we're in control of our own future, and that's what we want.
Yeah, man, like you said, we control our own future. We're going into a hostile environment, and I know Mike Tomlin, and I know those guys that even though they're on a 3-game losing streak, they're going to be ready. You know what I mean? It's an AFC North game with a lot of playoff stakes on the line, so they're on our way, and we just got to make sure we go out and execute.
I feel a good one coming. Maybe Cincy shirts next week will have a good one for us.
Maybe so. We'll see.
All right, with that, let's check in with the head coach, Zac Taylor.
All right, Zac, I think you gave everybody a little bit of a heart attack, maybe a couple of heart attacks at Paycor Stadium. Back and forth, it was a roller coaster. How are you guys feeling after that one?
Feel good. Our guys didn't flinch throughout the course of the game and responded to a lot of adversity. Saw everybody on the roster step up and make plays there at the end, and that's what we needed to get that win.
What does it say about your team that they go down 17-3, looks like Minnesota's got all the momentum, but they didn't flinch, able to come back, tie it even when Minnesota goes ahead. You march down right before the end of regulation and send it to overtime.
Yeah, they've just got trust and faith in the guys around them, the other units on the field, that people are going to continue to step up. I got to do my part. And again, like I said, about everybody on the roster stepped up and did their part there towards the end of the game.
I know a lot of teams at this point in the season are dealing with injuries because that's the way the NFL goes, but you guys had a couple guys go down, guys that you rely on. What makes you confident in the guys that are stepping in there and some young guys getting some serious playing time?
This roster's deep, and so we played these young guys over the course of the year, and so some of them have to step up in bigger roles, but that's why they're here. You don't want to wait on their third or fourth year for them to become players for you. Give them opportunities now, and we put guys in that spotlight before, and they've come up big for us.
Jake Browning, again, got a little slow start. Minnesota's defense kind of maybe had him figured out for a second. And then, again, he turned it on after that interception, was able to lead you guys. What's that say about him that, again, like the rest of the team, doesn't flinch, but as a quarterback who hasn't seen a lot of playing time in the NFL, didn't let that sink him?
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta break the dam there and just get that first touchdown, and then things start rolling from there. And we shot ourselves in the foot a couple times in the first half with the holding call and intentional grounding and some things that set us back a little bit of sack. And so I think the guys understood at halftime that we had a chance to continue with some drives that maybe we hadn't done such a good job of in the first half.
You started last week with the challenge to the fans. How'd they do?
They did a great job. They were as loud as they've ever been there, especially in the fourth quarter and overtime when we needed it. Getting a false start, allowing our guys to get off on the cadence and create some sacks and put them in a tough spot. So proud of our fans yesterday, as I usually am.
You know the final score the last time you saw Minnesota at Paycor Stadium?
Same score.
Same score, same ending.
Same amount of time, yeah.
You going to have a repeat next time you see them?
I don't know, 2 years from now in Minnesota. So, we'll be ready for that.
When we return, the guys are joined by this week's special guest, Evan Money Mac McPherson.
Who they? There we go. Man, welcome y'all to another episode of Getting Defensive. I'm your host, Mike Hilton. This is special guest, Nick Scott. And today, man, we got a fan favorite, man. Y'all give a loud welcome to y'all kicker, Evan McPherson. Money Mac, what's up, man?
What's going on? How we doing?
Good, man. We gonna get
There it is.
we gonna get straight to it, man. As you see, you're a fan favorite, man. What's some of your favorite things to do just around Cincinnati?
Around Cincinnati, I say I spend a lot of time with my wife and my dogs. Spend a lot of time at the dog park. But I think one of my favorite things to do in the city, I go right across the street here to Coffee Emporium, a good amount. Other than that, we're downtown eating at Soto or Ruby's, just kind of enjoying the food, the atmosphere. It's a lot of fun here.
Look, man, I'm super excited to have you on the show. You know exactly why. Let's get right into something that we do outside of football that we both love, and that's golf.
I love it.
All right?
Yep.
Your game is pretty good. So tell us how long you've been golfing and what got you into it.
So I golfed a little bit in high school, but I really picked it up freshman year of college because I feel like in college you have so much free time that you don't know what to do with. And so, like in the spring and summer, I'd go out and golf every single day. And then so we play on Saturdays. On Sundays, I'd go out and just walk, golf. And it was kind of like a mental release for me, get away from football. But now it's kind of turned into a full-fledged addiction. You're spending so much money on it. You want to be better than all your teammates. And yeah, you could definitely call it a healthy addiction.
Evan, you done kicked in a lot of stadiums in your young NFL career, man. So is there one that kind of just stands out, like a legendary stadium that you just enjoy kicking at or that you had your best kick at?
Yeah. Kansas City.
That's one. That's good.
I really do enjoy playing in Kansas City. I really enjoyed SoFi, even though we haven't been able to go back. I really enjoyed whenever we were there. And I think a sneaky option for me is Baltimore. For whatever, I've gotten to play in 2 night games in Baltimore, and the night games in Baltimore are so electric.
Amazing, yeah.
They're a lot of fun to play in. So, yeah, Kansas City, Baltimore, SoFi, and then Tennessee's always been good to me, so we'll go with those.
Well, cool, man. We appreciate you coming on, man. We got a big one this weekend, so let's go get a dub, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's the Steelers, again, this time in Pittsburgh. You're going on the road. When you're late in the season like this and there's a lot of pressure, how do you as a coach manage that? Because you want your guys to have that sense of urgency, but also you don't want it to get to them at that point.
No, we don't talk about pressure. I don't really think our guys feel the pressure. We just do everything we can to prepare like a normal week, get ready to go on the road and play a good game in Pittsburgh. And our guys are excited for that opportunity. Again, everything's in our control right now. You just got to continue to win, and good things will happen. And so we'll just focus on Pittsburgh.
How is this team different than the team that faced the Steelers a couple weeks ago?
Well, I think having won, the mindset maybe changes a little bit. The confidence has always been there. But there's some things that we can learn from that previous game that maybe we didn't handle so well. They got a lot of production from their offense. We didn't get a lot of production from our offense. And so there's a lot of good learning opportunities there.
Jake said this week that he was adjusting to being the starting quarterback in the NFL because all of a sudden everyone was wondering about his opinion and he didn't really have opinions on a lot of things. How have you seen him now that he's in the spotlight and everyone's watching him? It doesn't seem like it's affected him. He's the same old Jake.
Yeah, he's the same guy, and that's what you love about a guy that steps into that opportunity. He doesn't change who he is. He continues his prep, doesn't do anything differently. Same guy that everybody always respected as the backup, working hard behind the scenes, and now he's just doing it on a bigger stage.
Bengaltizers, sponsored by Sensoy.
Welcome back, Bengals fans, to another edition of Bengaltizers, sponsored by Sensoy. We are here tonight with Jess. Chef Jess, is that more appropriate?
Sure,
I'm
that
sorry.
works for me.
I'm a little distracted because I already know what we're going to have. I want you to tell us all about it. We got Pittsburgh this week.
Yes, we do.
We got a top last week, which was dessert, which is my specialty.
Yeah, that was our one dessert.
What are we doing this week?
Today we have a pepperoni roll. So I had to do, of course, a little Sensoy twist. You've got the classic toppings, pepperoni and mozzarella. But on the sauce, I did a spicy, umami-rich tomato sauce. So you cook all your aromatics in our chili crisp, and then you add some miso in there. So you've got really nice extra level of flavor. Really good for tailgating.
You guys are so amazing because if I had a misconception, it was about what you would use soy for, and every week it's something new.
Yeah.
So pizza and a sauce to dip it in.
Yeah.
And all this stuff's available at Kroger.
Yeah, we've got our chili crisp and our soy sauce here available at Kroger. And honestly, if you have not tried putting chili crisp on pizza.
So, I just want to throw it in there. Hey guys, I'm David Fulcher. He forgot about me, but that's okay because he was thinking about eating this. This looks good. I actually put my finger in there to make sure it wasn't too hot. And I think I can live with this. So I'm going to try that.
Try and make it not too spicy so everyone at your tailgate can eat it. You can put whatever toppings in that.
David.
Super easy.
Oh, my wow.
And if you guys want to try any more recipes, our Instagram and our website is full. Lots of creative, fun ways to use our products.
It's going to be a happy holiday. Thanks to Sensoy.
Happy holidays.
Ho, ho,
Thank
ho.
you.
Hooday.
Zac hits the Telestrator to break down the key plays of a wild game at Paycor Stadium.
Coach Taylor's Breakdown, sponsored by Wendy's.
The first clip we'll show you here is from last week's game against Minnesota. This is a 3rd and 10 in the red zone, so defense did a great job in the first half. Some red zone turnovers that kept points off the board and allowed us to stay in the game. And here this call would be doubling. We're doubling Hawkinson and we're doubling Jefferson. And so you can see we've got 2 double teams, and they do a great job with the leverage. And Cheeto falls off, and Mike Hilton does a great job just reading the pattern there and getting in front of the throw and picking it off and taking points off the board there. So that was big time there by the defense, and great job by Cheeto and Mike Hilton playing together there on that combo coverage. And then the next one is another red zone turnover we had. So you're going to watch B.J. Hill right down here. He does a great job winning his one-on-one, coming off the loop, and doing a great job not only getting the sack but creating an interception, which I'm still not sure how he did it, but he's done it now 2 weeks in a row. And so what a great play by him, getting the sack and then finding a way to create a turnover at the same time. And then this last play, this is going to be the 4th and 1 in overtime. So again, they're probably a yard out of field goal range maybe. And so I can see why they went for this quarterback sneak instead of kicking a long field goal and giving us great field position if they miss it. And you're going to see Zach Carter and B.J. Hill really get off on the snap right there and knock the center back into the quarterback. And so now you can see the quarterback fumbles the exchange, and so now the play's toast. So those guys trying to pull him out of there. So that was a great stop there by the defense. Gave the offense the ball with good field position and allowed us to go win the game. This is a huge play right here. This is first play of the 4th quarter. So again, we're down 2 scores. We haven't gotten in the end zone yet. And this is what they did all day. They bring a Saw pressure. So they're going to bring a Sam and a Will off the edge here. And so it's going to be a 6-on-6. Joe Mixon does a great job scanning it across and picking up 44. And really at the point that Jake throws this ball, T's got no leverage on this DB. And he just puts it out there and lets T go run to it and puts it only where T can get it. So what a great throw. That's not exactly where I thought the ball was going to end up going on this play, but that's where he put it. So you can see, again, this is just 6 one-on-ones across the board right here. Everyone doing a great job. You can see everybody's number. Gives Jake a nice pocket there so he can deliver a good throw to T for touchdown. Next one here is again, we're down 7, so it's the next possession. 11 minutes left, 3rd and 21. They're showing 0, so when they 0, they get into this double A look with their linebackers, and they put Harrison Smith on the edge. So you got to honor the 0. So we were getting into protection check to try to honor the 0. If Harrison Smith came, then we'd be alert to throw the ball to TB quickly. He didn't. He got out of the post because he's got to get to the middle third. Protection does a great job holding up. Again, Jonah's one-on-one, Orlando's one-on-one. They hold those guys off, and then this is called a dagger concept. And so Jake, again, releases this ball right before Chase gets to the numbers, and there's a big void in there as they drop out of their bluff, and Chase does a great job making the catch. So really good protection up front, giving Jake time to see that throw, to see that window. Chase does a great job with the route, and it puts us in position to go score. And then the last situation here is fourth quarter, 48 seconds left, and this time they are going to zero us. So again, they've been bluffing, they've been bringing it. This time they got 4 for our 4 here, and they're going to bring one more than we can control. And so this is called a Fonzie. There's 3 guys in the A-gap, A, and so this is the Fonzie blitz, and one of them comes free. We can't get them all necessarily. This one requires a lot of communication here. We weren't completely on the same page. It looks like it's Mixon's fault. It is not. There's just required a high level of communication is required on this one time a year blitz that you get out of this personnel grouping. And so Jake just does a great job buying time from the unblocked defender. And T. Higgins, if you just watch that, that's people would say that's a 50-50 ball. That's a 99-1 ball when it's up to T. Higgins, and he goes up and makes that unbelievable catch, gets 2 feet in bounds, has the awareness to get the ball in the end zone. Normally we would not tell our guys on a first and goal to stretch for the end zone like that, but with the game on the line, that's an outstanding job by T. Higgins making that play, and that's why he's one of the premier receivers in this league.
Zach is back for the keys to victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers in the second meeting between the AFC North rivals.
This is my glory.
Game day matchup sponsored by Gold Star.
For this week's matchup, it's pretty much the same as it was a few weeks ago when these two teams met, but it ended up being the case and the deciding factor in the Steelers getting a win at Paycor Stadium. Jake Browning has to take care of the football against the Steelers defense that's very good at pressuring the quarterback and taking the football away. Now this time around, it'll be a little bit easier for Browning as Minkah Fitzpatrick and their other starting safety are both out for this game, but the Bengals could be without Jamar Chase. So Browning will have to take extra special care of this football in his second go at his AFC North rival Steelers in a game that he knows will be tough as nails.
I feel like any AFC North game, the records don't matter, the momentum, maybe one team's got some momentum, one team doesn't. It does not matter. It's a tough, bloody fight basically, and it doesn't really matter what the momentum is either way.
Keys to the game, sponsored by Kia.
Okay, Zach, time for your must in this game. What must the Bengals do to get a win over the Steelers?
Well, we gotta continue to win the turnover battle like we did the other day. We got to capitalize on field position, and when we get down in the red zone, we got to find a way to score points.
You can catch Bengals Nation live and in person every week at the Kroger OTR Eatery on Wednesdays at 6:30, or watch it on TV on your TV home of the Bengals, Local 12, Saturday nights at 11:35.
All right, we're all up here for one final little chat between all 4 of us. Evan, we know you got one of the biggest legs in the NFL. What's your range roughly? 70, 80? Where's it at?
I don't think that's kind of pushing it. I think every kicker in the NFL really wants the longest field goal record. I confidently think that in the right circumstances we could hit from 68. But like I said, it's got to be the right circumstances. I did it in college in practice, never in a game, but I hit from 68 twice in college.
68, okay. Now the Texans earlier this year had to ask a position player to kick a field goal. Nick and Mike, if you had to go out there and make a field goal, what distance could you make it?
I wouldn't even run out there. I wouldn't even waste coach's time if he asked me.
Not even an extra point?
Not at all. I don't think so.
What about you, Nick?
I'm going to step out on a limb here. It might come back to bite me if somebody wants to put it to the test, but I think I could give you about a 30-yard field goal.
30 yard, okay.
That's not bad at all.
It's not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
That's not 68,
what's that,
though.
An extra point? What's the extra point?
33.
33? Yeah, I couldn't give you no extra point, but I could.
Maybe after a false start. Exactly, you get a false start, move it up, then we can get it. Okay, I think a better idea is just to let Evan take care of the kicking.
Absolutely.
That's why he's the best.
All right, that seems to be working. We'll go with that. I asked the guys in the locker room this. It's a good question to ask. Favorite holiday gift you've ever gotten? It's a tough one.
I would say maybe when I was around 9 or 10, I got the PSP. I don't remember. People remember. It was way before its time. It should have been coming out right around now, but I would say that would probably be my favorite one.
PSP. All right, Evan, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like growing up, anything electronic like the PlayStation 4, like PlayStation 2, I mean, really any of the PlayStations for me were big. But I think one Christmas that stands out for me, our parents got us a go-kart. Like a gas-powered 2-seater like go-kart, and that was big time.
How long did that last? You crash it? Did they have to take it away, or you still got it?
So my older brother flipped it. I never flipped it, but yeah, it was around for a long time. Then the gas pedal started to stick, and so you'd have to reach down with your hand and pull it out, or you'd just be going full speed and you can't stop. So that's whenever we kind of got rid of it.
Nick, you're up.
So I was a little bit older. This was 2020 or 2021, I think.
That was just 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, so I was a little bit older.
He was a little older then. That's accurate, yeah.
My teammate Jalen Ramsey, he got us a Super 73 electric bike. And I use it to this day, every day.
That's what you ride on?
That's what I ride to work.
Okay.
I ride my bike every day, even when it's 24 degrees out there. You know what I'm saying? I got my mittens, everything like that. I bundle up real nice. But I get a lot of use, a lot of mileage out of that thing. So.
You ride your bike to work every day?
Well,
every day.
He presses a button, right? And it
oh, yeah, no, I don't pedal. It's electric. So I just sit there in the cold, like, on my way to work.
I'm picturing Lance Armstrong over here riding over, and I'm like, you're about to go practice, you're about to go lift, and you're biking over?
Exactly.
All right. Hey, Evan, you're going to be a dad for the first time. We got a couple dads up here. I told them before, gave them a little tip, that we're going to give you some dad advice, or they are, because I'm not a dad.
Yeah.
Guys, what dad advice do you have for Evan?
Get your sleep when the baby sleeps. Any nap times, you better sleep. Anytime they're playing, you better try to sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep.
I like that. I like that.
I would say anytime you can, get that baby off of mom. Just give her a break. Grab him, hold him, let him sleep, something. Just let mom relax.
That's a great
Guys,
answer.
don't let him fool you. His wife's in the back room.
Wife's in the back. I had to say.
He's saying that
But
because
I
she's
mean
here.
it. I mean it.
All right, we'll see you next week after these guys get a win up in the Steel City and another inch closer to the playoffs. Thanks, everybody, for coming to Bengals Station this week. And Hoo-Day!
Hoo-Day!